Alright, hello and welcome back to 1d8 plus 1 Alina Orbs. And, let's see if this helps here. And there. And we're gonna, get in here and start, purchasing. And setting some of our business straight type thing there. We never completed that. And I'm gonna look at that for, Karth and the main character. My main character is Warric. See, that's where we left off type thing. Go ahead and change my suit and send that upgrade there. Go back to the combat suit for right now. And that was free there. Let's see here. Karth is
Yes, what's on your mind? Oh, you want to argue some more, is that it? What does it matter that much? Why can't you just leave it be? I just don't trust easily, and for good reasons, which are my own. Damn it. I suppose I won't get any rest until I talk, will I? You want to know why I don't trust anyone? Fine. Here goes. 5 years ago, the Jedi had just finished the war with the Mandalorians. Revan and Malak were heroes. I was damn proud to have served in their fleet. It was completely unexpected when they turned on us, invading the Republic while we were still weak. Nobody knew what to think, least of all me. Our heroes had become brutal, conquering Sith, and we were all but helpless before them. I mean, think about it. If you can't even trust the best of the Jedi, who can you trust? No, it wasn't even that. There were others. Good, solid men, trusted men who turned on us as well and joined their cause. Malak and Revan and the Sith deserve to die for what they've done, but the ones who fled the Republic and joined them are even worse. The dark side has nothing to do with why they joined with the Sith. They deserve no mercy. I know. I should apologize to you. I've become so accustomed to expecting the worst in others, and you've done nothing to deserve that. It's just... No, never mind. Let's just continue with what we were doing. I'd rather not talk about it.
Checopa, Gino Bolera Paija, Kislimu Potuama, Achuta, Unga Kunbis Dolpi Kikoyana, Dom Patugas Mactelia.
Okay, use is 5. Deflection energy, electrical. Deflects energy and electricity, 20 points. There's a comma between the energy. Duration, 200 seconds or max damage taken. Charges using this item consumes 1 charge. The item is automatically discarded after all available charges are consumed. Items that have charges do not stack in inventory. When equipped and activated, these items project an energy shield around the wearer. The small power source can burn out when repeatedly stressed, requiring replacement of the entire unit. And that's the energy value type thing there. Almost like a prison block type thing of colors or something. Like blocking the higher spectrum or the lower spectrum of the red or the blue or purple or yellow type thing. Diffracting out of certain prisms only a certain amount of gradient light. Same effect with these shields type thing here. For right now, from this guy, there's a lot of other cool stuff, but I'm not going to invest in type thing. He's got one for 110. I'm going to shop around for that. And 275. And so, I probably won't buy the light battle armor. I don't know much point there, but this is the only place that's selling a shield up here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. It's like well songs, but the medium's not water, it's air. Less density type thing in that sense.
I heard there's a sweet gang war in the lower city. They say you can get shot just walking in the streets down there.
Wonder if any of those Republic space pods survived crash landing in the Undercity.
People complain about the Sith, but this quarantine is good for all the businesses on Terrace. Look at Javiar's Cantina. That place has never been busier.
Stay out of the lower city. That place is overrun with gangs.
Ever since the Sith quarantine, Javiar's Cantina is packed with off-worlders. It never used to be that busy.
I heard a bunch of wreckage from the battle overhead crashed into the Undercity. Think of the damage it could have caused if it had landed here.
Taris used to be a nice place before the Sith showed up and started bossing us around.
I heard the gangs have overrun the lower city. Why don't the Sith go down there and restore order?
to the Equipment Emporium. Finest selection of supplies in all of Terrace. You interested in seeing what I have in stock? Just so you know, the prices on the items are final. No bargaining here. This isn't a swap meet, okay? I only deal in top-notch stuff.
Okay, combat suits are 5 credits cheaper here, they're 50 and 55. Heavy combat suits 100, 5 and 4. Military suit is 6 and 3 for 150. And I'm buying security spikes. Most people's skills in the party on this planet, if I'm interested in scoundrel, or if you pick up mission, mission Dell. Dell. Sounds like Dell, but it's V-A-O. Tau or something like that. Yeah. Mission the route. So from there, or the row. I'm not sure if that's the origin and etymology of the row, the names like thing, like a sigma symbol or something like that, like the Greek row, and you say just the row symbol type thing, but then you drop the symbol thing and you say just the row, and then it's the row to turn into the symbol.
Akopa chekopa. Gino bolera kempaija kislimu potuama. Achuta. Unga kun pistolpi kikoyana. Dong patugas maktelia.
Okay. 275. Military suit 165. Heavy combat suit 110. Really remarkable here. 55. 275 instead of 250. Yep. I'm gonna go ahead. Just the energy share. Some concussion grenades, but I think she's got some over there. Battle stimulant. That's probably important for the arena type thing. And the arena pays credits type thing, so to have that battle stimulant, you pay like each one is an increment of 100 type thing, like in summation cumulative. So if you're, or taking the level of battle that you're in times 100. So the first one is 1 times 100, which is 100. And the second battle is from Deadeye Duncan to Garl Two Fingers, the one with the paralyzed hand from the blaster explosion type thing. And you win that one, that's 100 times 2, or 200, so you get 100 plus 200 type thing. 100 for Duncan, 200 for Garl type thing, so it's 300. And hopefully you haven't burnt the money for the battle stimulant yet type thing. So that's 300 credit, and you buy ice, and then you buy the stimulant for it, and that's like 150 left over, and then if you beat her, that's 3 times 100, because she's the third person in line. So it's 3 times 100, that's 300 plus 150, and now you're 450 ahead.
What's this? Another off-worlder? I didn't realize how many of you there were on Terrace until this Sith quarantine. I heard a bunch of wreckage from the battle overhead crashed into the Undercity. Think of the damage it could have caused if it had landed here.
Welcome to the Equipment Emporium. Finest selection of supplies in all of Terrace. You interested in seeing what I have in stock? Because of the Sith quarantine, I haven't been able to stock any new inventory, but I still got some nice items you might be interested in.
Some of the more expensive stuff would be better to buy right now. We've got 1,336 credits. The problem with that is that some of the other more expensive stuff, it's a bit of a pain to wait for. But there's Republic mod armor and the light battle armor. Both are free in the game, type thing. If you can wait like 2 hours or something like that. So it's not worth spending the $250 off your stock type thing. That's credit. We bought the shields type thing, which were $154, and then we went down credits at 1,356. But she's got a military suit. Karth has 2 guns, and he has a slight dexterity. So you don't want the armor dexterity to interfere with his moving of his arms to pull off his 2-gun Wild Wild West thing type thing. So 6 is good for him. He can still get up to the +3 dexterity bonus. Probably should just take the combat suit and save the extra 50 credits type thing. And let me check him now. He's not close to it type thing, so actually we could do that. He's wearing clothing, his armor class 13. And let's see here. His dexterity is right now 16. If I take over his leveling and give him his dexterity type thing at 4th level, that'll give him 17. And then 8th level type thing, which I'm not sure he'll even do on Taurus type thing, will give him 18. And we'll have different armor choice by then. But he can hang in a military suit. He can't outdo the dexterity of it type thing anytime soon. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the base 6 to his 10 type thing that means. And Karth is a synchronized person type thing. 4th level type thing with vitality, 44 hit points out of a total of 44. And in that means, and that's his defense type thing, is 13. That's his stats type thing there. Okay. You can auto level up the rest of your party type thing, but I'd strongly advise doing it yourself and trying to get in the learning pattern, block, block layout type thing of the rest of the character progression, so that you can actually level the character more in accordance than the generic pack answer type thing that's going to come with his leveling process.
Yes? Welcome to the Equipment Emporium. Finest selection of supplies in all of Terrace. You interested in seeing what I have in stock? Because of the Sith quarantine, I haven't been able to stock any new inventory, but I still got some nice items you might be interested in.
So that's going to be the military suit for him, and for me, I'll probably go to a military suit as well. It'll just be 2 military suits. That's the location of Permacrate detonator type thing. It's much later, and it's more exciting to really plot-wise not buy it right now. So there we go. And then me changing up my suit, I'll give that to Mission once we walk into her type thing. So she can have my combat suit that I picked up off the Endor Spire. And then we'll all be equipped, and the Wookiee Zalabar refuses to wear armor. Yeah. And now we just bought 2 pieces of armor, and it's 1,056. And we've got the apartment healing and another guy that does healing type thing with Zelka. So there's really no reason to buy med packs and things like that, as long as you can time it in between them more appropriately. I've already got like 10 or 12 on mine, so that's cool. Oh, and that's going to be changed here. And let's go here, new items. Yep, 12 med packs type thing there. And there we go. And I still got the advanced med pack on me that I found on the Endor Spire. Quite the rare drop there. 2 military suits, defense bonus 6, base 10, like a hexadecimal or logarithmic 10. So you start with 10 and then you add whatever number of your armor to it type thing. And that's Act 1 is adding that armor type thing. Act 2 is man, I guess I can cover it up now type thing or do it later type thing. Act 1 is that log 10 and you drop the number from the 10 type thing straight in there. And then that's Act 1. You can probably use Roman numerals I guess. Act 2 type thing is the defense bonus type thing. So that's the defense bonus, and then you just write that straight down into a chart or something graphical representation. That's 6. And then in that type of thing, it's got max dex type thing. That's first, second, and third baseball inning, or yep, and that's max dex type thing. But this one, you put a per symbol in it, like that the World Wide Web symbols type thing of the slash or the per symbol, the per pound, dollar per pound type thing, that type of sense. And what you're doing is you're creating a fraction, a numerator and a denominator type thing. And in that part type thing there, the denominator is 3, but if your dexterity is 10 type thing in that type of sense, then you write 0 next to that. That's your modifier type thing. So you don't get anything from that type thing. You could have gotten 3 had you had like a 16 dex or something like that in that type of sense. But since you don't have it, it's dependent on how much dexterity you have type thing. And if you don't have any dexterity, go around type thing, that means then you have to have dexterity to plug into that, kind of like Monopoly with starting money type thing. If you don't have any starting money dexterity type thing, then you have no dexterity bonus that goes into that. It's just 0. And so in that type of thing, you had other runs up from other innings type thing to get to your total score type thing. And so if you had 2 runs earlier type thing, and then it's 2-0 type thing in that type of sense, even though the rest of the innings had zeros in them type thing, those 2 runs still total in that type of means. So now that's here type thing. Go here, and that's there. So that's 10 plus 6 plus 0 over 3 type thing. That's 0, so it's just 10 plus 6 type thing. That's 16. That's what your armor class is going to be. And that's what you're paying for type thing. Kind of a fairly same confusing thing type thing, because you see that plus 3, and then you're like, well, I just add that. That's 9. It's base 9 type thing plus the log 10, so it's 19. But it's really 16. The rest isn't gratis. You have to pay the dexterity to have the other rest of the plus 3 type thing. And if you don't have any dexterity type thing, then you don't get the other plus 3. So if you're like, I went like dwarf for my character, and I didn't take any dexterity, I went con or strength or something like that, then you don't have to worry about that last act of that second part of your dexterity type thing. It's meaningless. Cancels out type thing, so it's really just 6. Plus log 10 type thing, which is 16. It takes a little bit type thing, but eventually you get more used to it type thing. That's here, and I didn't equip my energy shield, which I should do now, because then I'll go to reach for my lightsaber and realize that I lost it, just like Anakin. Saber is your life, and there it is. And you put that on your arm slot there, and then I'm gonna put a military suit on me. Let's go back here. I'm 15 armor class type thing here. That has a base defense that is 2 better type thing than my combat suit, and it will allow my dex bonus of 12, a plus 1, so I will get a secondary clause or market cap tranche type thing to it, risk plan B to it type thing in that type of sense, and so I can get a partition drive or result type thing from the secondary policy. But we paid that much into it type thing through dexterity skill or attribute or ability. So that's here, that's 15 type thing once again for my dexterity, and now that should be 2 better type thing, keeping both the dex mods going type thing in that type of sense. And that's here, and that's 17. And so that is 17 type thing there. Both of them have plus 1s type thing in that type of sense, from 14 to 15, and for this one from 16 to 17 type thing. So the plus 1 is maintained throughout type thing in that type of sense. Taking off the plus 1s, it's 14 to 16 type thing, and that's still a 2 gratis bonus thing there. So not bad at all. All right, now button over type thing. and use the last remaining suit type thing on Karth. The standard issue suit provides good protection but can be heavier and more restrictive than some of the counterparts. Even so, many mercenaries swear the trade-offs are worth it. And let's go ahead and go back to clothing for him. And he was armor class 13. Now the Republic mod armor is amongst some of the other base stuff type thing. It's going to take me getting a quick path to Bastila to pick it up. I know I said it type thing in that type of sense, but you still need some protection of insurance while you're out there, even though it's base insurance type thing and not premium. So in that type of thing, you need some coverage type thing above clothing type thing until that occurs. And the armor I'm wearing now is not immune to mine affecting land on football thing. So and a degutter thing in that type of sense, nowhere close to Republic mod armor in terms of that ability of being premium. But it does still provide you armor class type thing for the skirmishes that we'll get into without Bastila that's not involved with the apartment building. So from there type thing, that's here, and that was 13 type thing, and I didn't even look at that, or I did look at that. That's armor class 13, and now he's going to go to from that type thing. Like I said, it takes a while to get used to type thing in that type of sense. Unused to it type thing might sound like it's asking smarter questions type thing, but in synthetic derivative trenches or tranches type thing, it's not setting up the next multi-tier Da Vinci Code level of puzzle solving type thing. And whatever the return on investment was with the lower one type thing, a lower tranche or puzzle, even though it was safer and more conservative, that's what its continual return on investment of output's going to be. And so you don't want to be part of that type of thing when you're at the level that you could do so, and that mean had other options. It's hard to imagine type thing. And Karth goes to armor class 19 now type thing, 6 higher than 13 type thing, that type of sense, almost 1 off of 20. And he's got his double guns type thing. He's got a blaster pistol, and he's got a his Karth blaster type thing that's equipped thing there. And you can click on that type thing, and it's upgradable and balanced right there type thing, that type of sense. So even if he's fighting with 2 weapons, he really doesn't feel like he's fighting with 2 weapons because the gun is so well made type thing, and it's upgradable, and it's a ranged weapon type thing in that sense. So good stuff there type thing for us. And it talks about his damage. And Karth's personal blaster is based on an old Arcadian design, but he has adapted to incorporate all the latest modular technology available to the Republic. And there's that word modular again, and that's here, and that's modular, and that's Arcadian. So he's the wedge of X-Wing, but for for blasters type thing, kind of like Han Solo type thing. Now Han was good with blasters, so he might have tricked his out, but Karth really tricks out his blasters. And later on, when you win Bindek's blaster, he'll keep his Karth blaster in his first hand, and he'll keep his Bindek blaster in his second hand, unless something else special happens, like a heavy weapon secondary blaster with balance. There is like 1 or 2 of them in the game, and one of them I don't think you have to pay for. There might be 3 of them in there. There's one that's a heavy gun type thing, heavy handgun, and not a rifle or like a minigun type thing. There's a Mark 7 or 3 on Kashyyyk in the Badlands, Wildlands type thing, when you go to get the Feral Wookiee guy type thing in that type of sense. And that one's free. You just find it. It's like a 750 credit Republic credit gun, and it's got balance in it, and it's like almost up to like a D10 of regular sentient being damage type thing, not droid damage, D10 to like regular people. So then you might give him the Bindek gun type thing, and the D10 balance gun and his offhand type thing in that type of sense, and go kapowing out there with that. The Bindek's like +4 type thing, and this one's like pretty balanced. You're like +14, +12 with a D20 type thing in that type of sense, hitting 34 and 32 armor class. All types of fun stuff. So there's a lot more input of down and negative that you can put into this that'll feel positive, that did not make this outcome type thing. He's got 44 hit points, and I've got 45 hit points, and 1 hit point better than him. We're armor class 17 and 19. I've got +4 plus a D20 and 4 to 13 damage type thing. We're essentially ready to rock, especially for towers. Oh yeah, there's our new suits, and spin the camera around. Yeah. We got like our handkerchiefs and like Baron thing type thing. Let's go talk to this chick here. Hey, what's going on?
I can't believe the Sith put a quarantine on the planet. It's bad enough we can't. But all you off-worlders are stuck here too.
Nah, but we're regulars, so it didn't matter. So it just... We're not regulars, so young guns or something like that.
Greetings and good day. On behalf of the new Sith rulers, I am programmed to encourage you to enjoy your stay on Taris. I am a protocol droid programmed to provide information to everyone on Taris, citizens and visitors alike. Is there something I can do to serve you? The Taris Tourism Board has issued a strong warning to all visitors to avoid the lower city. It is a violent and dangerous place you would do well to avoid. May I be of any further service to you? Alien species have restricted access to the upper city. This is one of the most ancient traditions of Taris, and the Sith have promised to preserve such traditions. Of course, I have yet to see them arrest a single alien for traveling the upper city without a permit. May I be of any further service to you? I am an employee of the Taris government, programmed to provide information and guidance to any who require it. May I be of any further service to you? Then, if you will excuse me, I must continue my appointed rounds.
Okay. That's the right side. That's a floating statue type thing. That's the left. Hang to the left type thing. And then stick it. Stick here. Stick here. And you avoided Largo. Yeah. Now you can make it down to the lower city, meet mission, and also meet the take the bounty type thing from the other hut, which is Zach's, I think, down there. And then from there, you can just return back to your apartment type thing without shortcutting around there type thing until you're ready. And then cut to the apartment, run around the legal way type thing. Hey, Largo, what's up? So just pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Still hanging on the left type thing, don't want to run into the drunk guys type thing. Some of the comments change based off the people in your party. Like if Bastille is there and like she sees drunk people, she might make some type of comment, like offhandedly type thing. Or mission wood type thing, like, yeah, they're okay guys, type thing that means. They just have to hang tight.
Con shi kakachin awana wamata. Nishi la chorga kin con palamula reji. Chimpala niska mule tun rata tigin potronko. The searcha doma wana konatama. We team bon rank thong. Mule ra on shantoring ni patoka wanga chonzi tse. Ika krotu hakujije. Watu yama kama wana henak neck. Kipuna. Bona na kichu. Kin ba mule radwana. Tong kin ba no kunok nek. Kava numpa kumpialia manokata. Ranga kun bis kin no mulwat. Kakin chana guana pokon.
You'd think people would be a little more tolerant of others in this day and age. I guess stupidity and ignorance will never go out of style.
Genjopa chawi tichok twiz yun kun. Watu yama kama wana henak nek. Bugra shak kunti chiwa mchawa. Dong abuk shami no nok. China pala mule. Dong ki ba non tondek. Tu ni chaton kun ne mule brabast. Kin kun shi kakachin awana wamata. Nishi la chorga kin kun pala mule reji. Ching pala niska mule tun rata tigin potronko. The searcha doma wana konatama. Kuyami juok chikchita na padokta. Yafulke gogala jiji. Kawana bola atugawa. Kankido rakun. Watimi alabola. Kakin cha na kwat na bonkon. Wana kumbes. Chi pala mulek. Tonki pa na nonek. Tu nik ton chun chun ke nemolek rabest. Uf mala nibo kurk. We team bon rank thong. Mule ra on shantoring ni patoka wanga chonzi tse. Hakunchi kopa? Gino mularak kampiak. Tangabun shan nang. Wanga kun bis. Kin kun shi. Kuyami juok chichita na padokta. Yafulke gokala jiji. Kawana bora atugawa. Bona na kachu. Kicha badwang. Wanga kun kiba bu mulera. Kakin shak nawa gawa bakon. Donk kiba nukunek. Tanga boksha nak nong. Mucho shakapaka. Ye ki kon no ba muladra ki chichon. Randi I chawa tongbola Johnny Ku. Yumawama nibo lora waisha waga shichin. Hachu apanki. Jishawa anibon kasha Jonasi ichua byongbo Johnny minamamato mulera hakugri katgoda parabola tangabun shan nang wang Randi Ichawa.
Alright, I kind of messed up there. Here I'm going to go to load. And I went through a door. I had to load in the other map, so it auto-saved my last pass-through. I might be able to recover that information. Because I thought it was going to tell me about the other utility droid. Instead, it said purchase. But you want to talk to him before we go to Lower City with the uniform trick. Otherwise, you won't have the same line options of conversation.
Kakachina awana wamata. Nishi la chorga kin kun para mula reji. Chimpala niska mule tun rata tige potranko. Desarcha doma wana konatama. We team bon rank thong. Mule ra on shatorin ni patoka wanga chonzi tse. Ika krotu haku jije. Watu yama kama wuna henak nek. Kipuna. Bona na kichu. Kin ba mule radwana, tong kin ba no kunok nek. Kava numpa kumpialia monokata, ranga kun bis kin no moruat. Kakin chana guana wakon.
You'd think people would be a little more tolerant of others in this day and age. I guess stupidity and ignorance will never go out of style.
Genchopa chawi tichok twis yun kun, watu yama kama wuna henak nek. Bugra shak kunti chiwa mchawa, tong abuk shami no nok. Chinapala mule, tong ki ba non tontek, tun ni chachon kun ne mule brabast. Kin kun shi kakachina awana wamata. Nishi la chorga kin kun pala mule reji. Chimpala niska mule tun rata tigin potranko. Desarcha doma wana konatama. Kuyami juok chichita na padokta. Yafulke gokala jiji. Kawana bora atugawa. Kankido rakun. Watimi anabola. Kakin cha na kwat na bon kon. Wana kumbes. Chi pala mulek. Tonki pa na nonek. Tu nik ton chun chun ki nemolek rabest. Uf mala nibo kurk. Bona na kachu, kicha badwang, wanga kun kiba bu mulera, kakin shak nawa gawa bakon, donk kiba nukunek, tanga boksha nak nong. Mucho shakapanga, ye ki kun no ba muladra ki chichon. Tangabun shan nang, wanga kun biskin ba mulara, choni yun tun gigi either dwana, kava vulpa mulji gumana. Tanga boksha nak nong, kin kun shin kin, nikin kun na bule mule raji kun, chuni yun ni gigi aldwana, kava vulpa muli kumana. Kava dumpa kapalia monapata, bona nakachu, yin kin kun no ba mule rachi kun, tong na bun shanuyang. China pala mule, tong ki ba non tondek, tun ni chachon kun ne mule brabast. Hachu apanki, jishawa anibong kasha chonasi ichua byongbo joni, minamamato mule ra, hakugri katkodar parabola. Kakin cha na kwat na bon kon, wanakumbes, chi pala mulek, ton ki pa na nonek, tu nik ton chun ki nemolek rabest, uf mala nibo kurk. China pala mule, ton ki ba non tondek, tu ni chachon kun ne mule rabast. Kipuna, bona na kichu. Kin ba mule radwana, tong kin ba no kunok nek. Kava numpa kun pialia monokata, ranga kun bis kin no moruat. Kakin chana guana pokon. Ni bajoni yo lak wish, dopa yumas pasen lakti non goto. Kenchopa chawi tichok twiz yun kun, watu yama kama wana henak nek. Bugra shak kunti chiwa mchawa, dong abuk shami nonok. Kipuna na bon sha, kava dumpa kupaliaya moka pata. Tangabun shan nang, wanga kun biskin ba mulara, choni yun tun gigi either dwana, kava vulpa mulji gumana. Tanga boksha nak nong, kin kun shin kin, nikin kun na bule mule raji kun, chuni yun ni gigi aldwana, kava vulpa muli kumana.
You're interested in purchasing a T3M4 droid, but unfortunately it's being held for another buyer. There's nothing you can do about it for now. Start and go back to that. Now we'll talk to Zelka, the medical guy. And save in the apartment technique because it won't destroy the string of music that's in there. It's built for being in a force cage voided spot. Or magic jar for some reason. That's right. The is a different synchronicity with the multiple sound scripts and motion scripts, I think, in the polygon rendered world here. So you hit save, it will cut off the music here. Which you wouldn't have to wait for it outside of the room type thing, like the 2 to 5 minutes you wait type thing. Here we go. Okay.
I thought I said I don't want to talk about it anymore. I suppose you're right. Fine, then. But I don't know why you're so interested, but here goes. When I think of all the men who betrayed us, the one that stands out above all of them is the one that I respected the most, Saul. You don't? I thought everyone did. But Admiral Saul Kareth is the commander of the entire Sith fleet. He's half the reason Malak has done so well in the war. Saul was my commanding officer back when the Mandalorian Wars first began. He taught me everything about being a soldier, and I looked up to him. Saul approached me before he left. He talked to me about how the Republic was on the losing side and about how I should start thinking of my survival. I know now that he was trying to recruit me into the Sith, but I couldn't have conceived of it back then. I argued with him and he got angry and he left. I never saw him again. Saul was my mentor. He led us to so many victories against the Mandalorians. I mean, even when things looked to be at their worst, I couldn't conceive of it. He couldn't be serious. I was wrong, of course. He not only left us for the Sith, he gave them the codes to bypass our scanners. I remember waking up as the first of the Sith bombers snuck past our defenses and began destroying half of our docked ships. I knew right away what had happened. I mean, I could have stopped him. I could have stopped it all. I blame Saul, not myself. I was stupid and I ignored the danger. He nearly destroyed us all. No, I fought Saul for years now, and if I ever catch up to him, he will regret what he's done. He will regret it. No, it's not. But I don't want to talk about it right now. Let's go.
Can't you see I'm busy with my duties? Go talk to Zelk if you need something.
I see from your appearance that you are an off-worlder. Still, you're welcome here. I'll not have it said that Zelk refused to help somebody just because they weren't a citizen of Taris. Do you require healing or medical supplies? I can treat almost any injury or ailment right here at the medical facility. Except the rat ghoul disease, of course. hospital of sorts, though my resources are quite limited since the Sith quarantined the planet. I provide basic medical services to all citizens of and visitors to Terrace. I have extensive medical training, and even with the lack of resources, I can treat most injuries or ailments right here at the center, except for the raccoon disease, of course. The terrible affliction has plagued Terrace for many generations. It is spread by the raccoons, horrible monsters that live in the Undercity below Terrace's great skyscrapers. Prolonged exposure to the Undercity breeds the disease, and those infected will eventually mutate into raccoons themselves, becoming mindless beasts that feed on the flesh of others. There is no antidote for the disease, though I heard the Republic scientists at the military base here on Terrace were close to perfecting a cure. Then the Sith arrived. They overran the military base, and now they refuse to allow anyone access to the laboratories inside. The Sith are keeping all the serum for the patrols they send into the Undercity. If I could just get my hands on a sample of that serum, the raccoon disease could be wiped from the face of Terrace forever. But I don't see how that's going to happen. I am quite busy maintaining the facility, but I suppose I could spare a bit of time to answer some questions. What would you like to know? Republic escape pods? No. Why would you ask me that? I don't know. Those pods crashed in the Undercity. I'm not involved in any way. I'm not defensive. I just don't like being accused of knowing something about those Republic pods. This is as bad as an interrogation by the Sith. Well, you don't look like you're with the Sith. I guess I can tell you my secret. Or rather, I can show you. Since the space battle overhead, people have been secretly bringing in these Republic soldiers who crash-landed on the planet. I had to take them in. What choice did I have? Their injuries are terrible. Most won't survive. But at least I can make their last days more comfortable. And at least here they're hidden away from the Sith.
Well, for that you have my thanks. It's good to know that at least some of these men ended up in compassionate hands.
I hate to imagine what the Sith would do if they discovered these soldiers here. But since their initial questioning, the Sith have not returned, so it may be my fears are unfounded. I'm afraid there's nothing more anyone can do for these soldiers. Now, if you'll excuse me, I should return to the front in case anyone comes in needing medical attention. Welcome back. Are you in need of healing or medical supplies? I can treat you right here at the center for almost any condition, except the raccoon disease, of course. I am quite busy maintaining the facility, but I suppose I could spare a bit of time to answer some questions. What would you like to know? I don't know much, but I'll tell you what I can. Do you want to know about Upper Terrace, or are you more interested in Lower Terrace and the Undercity? The people here in the Upper City generally like to think they're better than the rest of Terrace, but we're no better than anyone else. The people here can be selfish, greedy, arrogant, even prejudiced. That's why aliens need special permission to leave the Lower City. Maybe if more people in the Upper City weren't so self-centered, things wouldn't be so bad in the Lower City and the Undercity. The Lower City has been overrun by swoop gangs and thugs. If you're going to travel down there, you better go armed. If you don't get attacked by one of the swoop gangs, you'll probably end up beaten and robbed by one of Davic's thugs. Soon it will be as bad as the Undercity.
finalizing the text. Thank you.
Warric is the resident crime lord of Terrace. He deals in stolen goods, he trades in slaves and contraband, and it would take a month to list all the people he's made disappear. His slimy grasp even reaches here to Upper Terrace. Most of the shops pay him protection money, so he'll leave them alone. Yeah, the man is nothing but a thug. I guess I'm lucky. Since my medical facility doesn't make any profits, Warric doesn't bother me. But if you ask me, he's no better than the Sith. I know enough to be scared of them. I've heard about the brutality of the Sith. I know what they do to the planets they conquer. So far, all they've done is ask me some general questions, but I'm afraid they might one day decide to shut this facility down simply out of evil spite. I guess there's not much I can do about the Sith, except hope that the Republic finds a way to stop their conquest of the entire galaxy. I am quite busy maintaining the facility, but I suppose I could spare a bit of time to answer some questions. What would you like to know? I don't know much, but I'll tell you what I can. Do you want to know about Upper Terrace, or are you more interested in Lower Terrace and the Undercity? The Undercity is a wasteland crawling with flesh-eating mutants called rat ghouls. I feel sorry for the outcasts that are forced to live there. Justice here on Terrace is swift and harsh. There are only two punishments: execution or banishment to the Undercity. Anyone banished can never return on pain of death. Even their descendants are forced to live in the depths beneath our great cities. Whenever I can, I send supplies to the Undercity to help ease the misery of their lives. Although there is nothing I can do to help those infected with the rat ghoul disease. I am quite busy maintaining the facility, but I suppose I could spare a bit of time to answer some questions. What would you like to know? Of course. Just step over here and I'll show you what I have in stock. My prices are very reasonable, just what I need to keep this facility operating.
Yeah, don't buy anything now because you'll get a 10% discount later, or 20% discount after you get the rat ghoul disease, so just leave it where it is. And he also does free healing at the arena, or a combat type thing. Those are cultural tanks. Some of the people from the indoor square. Some citizens collecting that. Hush Hush LA Confidential Manor type thing with Danny DeVito and Russell Crowe and a bunch of people.
You there. Wait a minute. I need to talk to you about the Rackle serum. I've got an offer for you might want to hear. Now, don't be an idiot. Just listen to me for 1 minute, and you won't be sorry. David Kang wants the cure, and you'd be smart to give it to him. Davik's interested in anything that can turn a profit. He could make a fortune selling the serum to anyone infected with the disease. Not like Zelka, who'll practically give it away. Look, Zelka can't afford to pay me much. If you sell the serum to Davik, I can probably get a nice finder's fee for directing you to him. Helping people is all well and good, but you have to help yourself first, right? I'm telling you, David will pay big credits for the cure, more than Zelka could ever afford.
And then only the rich could afford the cure. Just let the poor suffer, right?
If you find the Rackle serum, just take it to Zach's in the lower city bounty office. He works for Davik. He'll pay you what that cure is really worth.
My mama says I have to stay out of the lower city. That's where the bad people live.
I heard Sip was sending salvage teams down to the upper city to make the cargoes for public escape pods.
People complain about the Sith, but this quarantine is good for all the businesses on Terrace. Look at Javier's Cantina. That place has never been busier.
This elevator is off limits. Only Sith patrols and those with proper authorization are allowed into the lower city. It's obvious from the way you're dressed that you're not one of the Sith patrols, so unless you have the authorization papers, you must move along. Move along, then.
We're gonna need some kind of disguise if we want to get past this guy.
Won't let you pass without Sith uniform or the proper authorization papers. Got that, man. You walk around telling everybody, oh hell of a Sith.
Greetings and good day. I hope your patrolling goes well today. All hail the Sith. Greetings and good day. I hope your patrolling goes well today. All hail the Sith.
Another patrol heading down to the lower city, eh? Well, good luck. I've heard it's pretty rough down there. There's a big swoop gang war going on, you know. You better watch yourself. Those gangs will take a shot at anyone, even us. It's too bad we don't have the manpower just to sweep those slums clean.
Sith disguise is full of guard. Upper city elevator giving you access to the lower city. Hopefully it will be just as easy to gain access to the undercity so you can search for the signs of Basilisk crash escape pod. Happy French was still there.
Tumpa kup, tumpa yiyamoka, pata. Nanay kachu. Hinhin kunoba, amulirachi, kun tongnab, bunshan yunyan. Kawawal pabul, sikamana.
Ichuta, yun patisa, iba ni chalo ora yun.
Kipona, kabatuk umpakupa iyamoka paata. Jiyok kakutum pakurpa iya.
I forgot to change uniform. Wow. Let's just act on behalf of the Sith. taking a med pack. So now that we're past the elevator, go just outside of it. Can turn into a type thing for the green numbers. See what we're dealing with here. Yeah, well, let's make it viable. It defeats TiVo style. And watching the game with nachos type thing is TiVo nacho style. And then watching a game with a margarita and nachos defeats is a TiVo margarita nacho that defeats TiVo nacho style. I'm already healed, so it's probably not going to do anything. As soon as I got outside the door, yeah, and see it puts that green 0 above it. I'm at full strength, didn't need a med pack. Go here, and put on my military suit, go to credits, 1071 type thing, and back up to armor class 17 for me, 19 for Car. And there we go. Car, like, demolished them type thing as they were messing around with me. Yeah. Head back out and grab him. It's kind of freezing. And then you get out there, you go back in, as soon as you get control, back to the map, you move forward down that hallway, avoiding the apartments type thing, and that's where mission is. And we'll pick that up tomorrow. And then go to mission first, and then go to talk to Hidden Bets. Because then he'll suggest, the guy who also does like the voice of the judge on like Family Guy type thing. He might have done some work with Mad Men too. Like the UPS guy or something like that. And he'll be like Mission Val type thing in that sense, you know, or like oh, I met her with the Katina, the blue Twilight chick, yeah. Not white, but Twilight. That's how I rise Katina. And go there first, and that's Hidden back there. That's what we'll go in tomorrow type thing. There's a cutscene with them. We'll meet Callow Nord. A lot of the mercenary people, all their names start with C. Karth, mercenary pilot right now. Left Republic. Candace, mercenary Mandalorian. Callow Nord, mercenary. Where that guy's from. And we're gonna meet Candace and Callow Nord down here. In this strip type thing. He's really not a mercenary type thing, but he's kind of freelancer, I guess, right now. After the Mandalorian war type thing, but he still works with the Republic. So I guess to say that, but his name starts with C, but he's not a mercenary. That's pretty much right. And that's a Callow Nord type guy, and then Candace down the hallway, and we'll just wait on all that type thing before tomorrow. All right, thanks for listening type thing. We're still 3rd level type thing. Definitely not Car's a man of respect type thing. He doesn't do stuff like that. And although he's a soldier running around with 2 guns type thing, that means so it just confident material. That's alright, man. He fights with a gun. He fights with you. So we're still 3rd level type thing. So we'll definitely be back. And have a great one out there. Welcome back to 1A+1 Lena Orbs, and here we're about to go bust in here and talk to let's see here, talk to Mission Vale. Sure. Switch here, and let's go check our feedback real quick, and set the welcome here, and that's that guy that's gonna beat me down type thing. 3 frag grenades, 13 med packs, and Volker stick. As soon as I got down there, I talked to the door guy.
ชีวิตไอ้ตาการช่องจิตจาอายิบุตโตตุเนชุนาโมริวาต้องมีมามาจิกุนาต้องอีปาน้องกุเน็กอาบอน
Okay, we're gonna skip the card guys for now.
Go away.
Chiska Nichu, Kimba Mulira Bonaji, Kimba Nokun Mixat Abon, Kakinja Natawabaka Opon, Tung Abashun Ni Chunchi.
Kipuna! Gavatumpa kulpa iya moka paata. Chiyoka kutumpa kulpa iya.
1.
Oscar, Chiska Nichu, the Hubon Potenia do Gigi Piti.
Kipuna! Gavatumpa kulpalea muka pata. Chiyoka kutumpa kulpalea.
2.
Chiyokaku, Kimba Mulira Bonaji, Koyami Juski Chika Nai, Uba Baska, Dwana Chichopa Muska, Chiska the Soki Kuba Bona na Chachu.
Tune Hudu! Rananu prata doko shirkasha. Tum apike.
3. Go away. Smart.
Game war's getting out of hand. Vulkars aren't just attacking the hidden Becks anymore. They go after everyone.
I told you to leave me alone. So give me some space, Bug-Eye. Your breath smells like bantha poodoo.
Koyami Juski Chika Nai, Tong Matoga Smaktilia, Gabi Dubong Kuki Pankpa, Tong Idwamaji, Human Act in Ikatune.
Who you call a little girl, Chuba Face?
Ubabatu Konchi, Chiska the Soki Kuba Bona na Chachu.
Just a sec, boys. Zalbar, a little help here? I need you to rip the legs off some insects. Quit complaining. You can finish eating later. Besides, you need the exercise, so get over here.
Chiyokaku, Kimba Mulira Bonaji, Koyami Juski Chika Nai, Uba Baska Dwana Chichopa Muska, Chiska the Soki Kuba Bona na Chachu.
You got a problem with me? Then you got a problem with Big Z. So unless you want to take on my furry friend, I suggest you greenies hop on out of here.
Chupasa, Kimba Mulira Bonaji, Kaba Volpa Muji Gumaya.
Hey, relax, Big Z. No need to be rude. Sorry about that. But Wookiees ain't much for conversation, you know? Say, I don't recognize you, and I know pretty much everyone in the lower city. You must be new down here. I guess that makes me and Big Z your official welcoming committee. It's not that strange. Most aliens can speak basic, they just prefer to use their own language. But I grew up here on Terra, so I just sort of got used to speaking the native tongue.
You showed a lot of guts dealing with those Vulkars, kid. You got a name?
My name's Mission Veo, and this big Wookiee is my best friend Zalbar. I'd offer to give you a tour, but the streets down here aren't safe. But if there's anything else you need... We just kind of fell in together. It ain't easy on your own here in the lower city. Everyone's always looking to push you around.
So we noticed. Still, you seem like an odd pair.
When I met up with Zalbar, it seemed like a pretty good match. I knew we could look out for each other. With my street smarts and his muscle, we make a great team. Well, you came to the right person. If you want info on Lower Terrace, I'm the one to talk to. Davik, the Lower City gangs. I even got the scoop on that bounty hunter, Calo Nord. Davik's part of the intergalactic crime syndicate, but I guess everyone knows that. But I hear he's got a new ship for his smuggling operations, the Ebon Hawk. I don't know much about space travel, but I hear that ship's fast enough to break the Sith blockade. Of course, this is all just secondhand rumor.
Where would he keep it, do you know?
If Davik does have a ship, he's got it locked up in his estate. Nobody gets in there, except the people working for Davik and the Exchange. There's only two gangs worth worrying about here in the lower city. The Black Bulkers and the Hidden Becks. Sometimes Zalbar and I hang out at the Beck base. The Becks are led by Gadden Thek. He's a good guy. Lost his sight in the swoop bike accident a few years ago, but even blind, he's a great leader. Not like that traitor Brezhik. Before he took over the Vulkars, he was a Hidden Beck. Gadden considered that ungrateful space slug his adopted son. When Gadden went blind, everyone figured he'd step down and appoint Brezhik in his place. But Gadden figured Brezhik wasn't ready yet. He wanted him to wait a few years. But Brezhik was too impatient. He left to join the Vulkars, and ever since, he's been waging a war to wipe Gadden and his Becks from the face of Terrace. This gang war in the lower city is totally the Vulkars' fault. They're the ones killing everything that moves out on the streets. It's like they've gone insane. Calo Nord's one of the most famous bounty hunters in the galaxy. He's killed more people than the Iridian Plague. I've seen him kill people just for trying to talk to him. He hangs around Zach's bounty office, but I don't think he's looking for work there. All the postings there are small time, way beneath a bounty hunter of his caliber. I figure Calo's been hired by Davik to do a special job for the Exchange. I'd wager 1,000 credits that as soon as the quarantine ends, he'll be getting off this rock. You going? Yeah, this dive's pretty boring. No action around here. Come on, Big Z. Let's go. Can't you think about something besides your stomach for 5 minutes? Come on. We'll go see if there's anything good to eat at the Beck base.
Okay, the conversation. They did mention the apartment of lower game people, and as far as the swoop bike game getting under control. So that's the first point of dealing with. Second point is the Zach, and talk to Zach because he hangs out there and it makes sense getting information, knowledge before going on to the next event. And then third, she's going to go to the Hidden Beck base, so that's our next place after we talk to Zach.
I saw Davik's new starship at the spaceport before the quarantine. They say it's the fastest ship on Terrace. He calls it the Ebon Hawk. I heard Davik's hired a Mandalorian mercenary to work for him. I didn't know there were any of them left after the Mandalore Wars. I can't wait for the big swoop race. I hear the Vulkars have a new engine that's going to break all the records.
Kimba mulira wanaji. Kuyami juski chika nai. Uba baska dwana chichoka muska. She's got a soki kuba wana na tachu.
These are good times for bounty hunters. I made a small fortune on the bounty Zax has been paying out.
Kuyami juz chikata na patogaya fulki kokogala chichi. Kawan na bot atagwa. Kagidura tikun watatimo na iya bola.
Kimbona, enana kacho, kimba mulera tuana, kaupa bontenya kochocho piti, kawa tumpa kumpa iya mokata, wanga kumbis, kimba mulera, kakinchana kokba kon, kawa tumpa kumpa iya bontenya, kachichon naifao dunga.
There are many battles available. They all pay
Tuknen tanjo kunne mulirades. Chioka con mulira. Conjo pesha. Noga muliraji. Cherrio toram si aitapia. Ulo una chinek. Bamulira slimoanga kubiskin. Kachichon naifao dunga. Tau kunjustak nikedrabrimogo. Tulpada unquaya gando danaga chuchut. Moga shampumpa. Boya wana chikni. Bamul slimo podana wanga kumbis. Mulirades. Chibedwana nibogo. Tumabu shanunjang. Muchite toraki kijaku.
Let's see. Tell me about the battle.
Paris manaris. Donjomea hakono. Mulera yonunaze. Chichin wibidwana itawish. Mulide bomi. Urana pula boda. Yami jusa.
I can't see anything wrong with getting rid of people like that, as long as we don't end up on the list of your victims. Okay, I don't know about Davik's special contracts. Justice is one thing, but doing a crime lord's dirty work is something else.
Bamul slimo podana wanga kumbis mulirades. Rundi haudonga ton kimbanan kunkek. Wana kumbis chimpayamuri kununkabi. Tuknen tanjo kunne mulirades.
Tell me about the assassin cell.
Kachichon naifao dunga. Tau punjustak nikedrabrimogo. Tulpada unquaya gando danaga chuchut. Moga shampumpa. Boya wana chikni. Bamul slimo podana wanga chana kokba kon. Kavatumpa kupa iya botega.
Okay, welcome back to 1d8+1 Lena Wars. And now I'm going to take this and I'm going to go towards the fast path of picking up Bastila. We went down, got the uniform type for the Hittenbecks from that one guy in the apartment complex, and the interrogation and blood out of the uniform thing. And now we're going to we went to Havanar's Cantina type thing, or Javiar's Cantina, which is down there for the alien ones type thing. It's never been that busy before. Now that all those outworlders are stuck there, it always sounds like the first cantina up at the top, but this cantina is the one in the lower city one. Then you go there, you meet Mission. Then after meeting Mission, you meet the hidden Beck guy, Gatton Thek, Thek of Beck type thing, that type of sense. We had fun with that. And then we go outside type thing, and then you go show your papers to the second elevator guy. Then you go down to the lower city. You can jump by those guys where they're like, "Credits, my brother." Then you do that. I've never been to the surface before. And that's Shalina. And then after that, you meet a kind man, but he clings to his illusions. That's the next Gaddon thing, another G guy type thing, which is I can't remember his name. He's the mayor of the Undercity one. And then Ruko, Stint, the guy that's with 100 years of sleeping and dreaming type thing. Rukil is the one with the Promised Land journals type thing, and we're gonna go there type thing. And now we did that, and they're like, search out for my apprentice type thing. And then when you're searching out for the apprentice, you bump out there, and then Mission's like, you gotta save him from Zalabar. Zalabar's been taken by the Gamorreans. They're gonna sell him to slavers for sure. And some Mark Hamill line type thing. But I don't think that the power churches or power converters type thing in Alderaan. And it's just. Alright. So we load and we go in type thing here. And I just picked up Mission, and I gave her the weapon, and she's got her vibroblade type thing. But with her hit points, she really shouldn't hang on the front line. I'm just doing it temporarily type thing until we get Zalabar. Then I'm going to give him the Claymore. And that's going to be a lot of fun. Then you're going to use the leadership button type thing that we were suggesting type thing. And he's going to do that. 19 credits in parts. And we're going to go right here. Mute everything. And as these go on, I'll try to switch to different editing, and this is like a quick method editing for me type thing, just to use like a phone cam equivalent type thing, rather than sitting there and going through software type thing and then recording my voice in this master is the way the master, thank you master. So in that, I have not enough demolitions. That's her. And she's got dueling, and we can go look at her stats type thing. And she's got 16 dexterity, 12 con, 14 intelligence, 11 wisdom, 10 charisma, 10 strength. And let's see her skills. Computing use 4, demolitions 9, stealth 10, awareness 6. Oh, that's right, I don't want to lose this one type thing. She's close to leveling.
Yes.
So what we're going to do here is we're going to go level. I really don't like doing this as much, but I have no other way to get her skill set up to it. With 10, the game gives you a 10 with take time, taking that type of sense, enough time to actually not make enough mistakes on it or something like that. On the order, hopefully. And so that's a d20 roll for 20 plus the 10 modifier, which is 30, and that's enough to recover the mine, and you can use the mine later versus setup versus the Gamorreans or versus the Rancor beast type thing in the sewer. So what we're going to do here type thing is we're going to go meet Candace down here. Let's see here. Then meet these guys. I think this is fine.
You there, civilian. This is a restricted area. What are you doing down here? Security papers. Oh, you're one of those trackers the commander sent down, right? They should have given you an armed escort. It's nasty.
And those guys type thing there, those are the rat ghouls type thing, but there's a decent column, so I'm probably not going to take that on. What they're saying is they lost the patrol, and that's the evidence of the Dora the Explorer or Harriet the Spy type thing. Harriet the detective. Trying to let you know that the patrol that was lost still has their rat ghoul serum on their pouches type thing, if you can brave going in there to retrieve the materials from their body type thing that needs. And there's another, the space pod don't go near there either type thing, because if you have the rat ghoul serum on you, you can save his life and gain some light side points for that. So I'm going to go in the opposite direction type thing, and now I'm going to go talk to Candace again, second time.
Don't move! I'm not afraid to use this blaster if I have to. Settle down, kid. We've already lost enough men to those damn rat ghouls. The last thing we need now is more casualties from a needless firefight. By the looks of you, I'd say you're down here for the same reason we are. To salvage something from those downed Republic space pods. Let me give you some advice. Forget about it. Do yourself a favor and just head back from where you came.
That's Canderous Ordo. He's the most famous Mandalorian mercenary in this sector of the galaxy.
This isn't a good place to stand around chatting. The Undercity is crawling with rat ghouls. I've already lost a half a dozen men to those monsters.
Canderous, I heard something. Over there, in the shadows. Sounded like a rat ghoul.
Looks like we've got company. Get those blasters ready, boys.
What?
Yeah?
Damn. I told Davik this salvage mission was a bad idea. His men aren't trained for this kind of thing, and I can't babysit them all. Okay, boys. We're getting out of here before I lose anyone else. I can't carry all this salvage back by myself. You'd be smart to get out of here as well. Even if you can handle the rat ghouls, I doubt there's anything worth finding anymore. Davik sent me down here with this motley crew to scavenge whatever we could from the Republic escape pods that crashed during the recent battle overhead. But the lower city gangs got here first. Anything worthwhile in those Republic pods is probably in their hands by now. Davik won't like that. This isn't really the best place to have these kinds of conversations, but I guess I could spare a couple of seconds for you. After all, you did help us out with those rat ghouls. The lower city is overrun with gangs, but the two most important ones are the Hidden Becks and the Black Vulkars. Used to be the Becks were the big dog and kept the others in line. But lately the Black Vulkars are moving in on Beck turf and challenging them for control. The Vulkars are even starting to defy Davik. Take these escape pods, for example. Everyone knew Davik would want first crack at them. But I know for a fact those damn Vulkars have already sent their own salvage party down here. What are you, an off-worlder? Everyone knows Davik. He's a member of the Exchange. You know, the Interstellar Crime Syndicate. Smuggling, gambling, extortion. Davik controls it all here on Taris. That's why I'm working for him. But lately, the lower city gangs have been giving my boss some trouble. on, boys, let's move out.
Okay. And so that gave me a level. I got 13 credits on them. Just let those guys stay where they are. Alright. Gave me a level, but not her level. See, switch to her. She's 900 short. We're gonna go up to the surface and
what?
Try to gain some Warric here. I'm gonna go ahead and level into 4. Check my feedback. Carp did 5. I did 7. See, Carp did mission get some there. Did 9 there. And Carp did 4. Carp did 8. And Carp did 9. Roll 7, base 4, dual will, penalty -4. Small offhand bonus 2. Dexterity mod 3. Weapon focus bonus 1. Plus effect bonus 1. And you got 150 for the radical. That is interesting there. And I did 9. And I gained a level. And Carp did 7. And also rolled a 1. And 4 there. And nope, did 4 damage for Carp, I think. Machine did really good. Spoken machine. Really good. Let's see here. Yeah. Let's go ahead and let's bamf to the apartment, then bamf right back to this spot. And then from there, with the bamfing type thing, it's usually safer to save in the apartment type thing. You get a chance to heal, although it wasn't necessary to heal like that type thing, because the level probably wouldn't have done so. And giving you like that full rest type thing. I think it does. But I'm going there, I'm going to go save. That's the apartment. I'm back at full hit points type thing. If you want to, at that point type thing too, if you're saving up for more Jedi levels, then you would just stop advancing type thing. You would just let it stay there until you got to Dantooine type thing. And then level up at once type thing once you got accepted into the as a Jedi what do you call Padawan. And then you just take 5 levels of Jedi Padawan type thing. I'm gonna save here and go over here. Now it's gonna cut my music out type thing. And from there I'm going to done anything with mission type thing here, and I'm gonna ask her more questions later. Just kind of not sure if there's a party order. Going in between loads could force the music to kick back in. Without having to sit there the whole time.
Thank you.